Hello and welcome to the Reality Shifters podcast. I will show you how to turn your dreams into reality. I'm your host Dodo, and I'm a reality expert who has studied the teachings of Neville Godard, Monica Pavlichkova and many others. You have the power to shape your own reality by using your imagination and your feelings. You don't have to accept the world as it is, you can create the world as you want it to be. In this podcast, I will teach you how to use the law of assumption, which states that whatever you assume to be true, will become true in your three-dimensional world. But how do you do that? How do you change your assumptions and make them stick? How do you ignore the facts of your current situation and focus on the desired outcome? Well, that's what I'm here for. I will give you some simple and practical exercises that you can do every day to train your mind and your emotions to align with your desired reality. You will learn how to shift your attention from the outer world, which is just a reflection of your inner world, to the inner world, which is the real world, where everything is possible. You will learn how to feel the reality of your wish fulfilled, and how to persist in that feeling until it manifests in your physical world. You will learn how to live in the end, and how to let go of the how and the when. You will learn how to be a master of your own destiny, and how to enjoy the journey of creation. So, are you ready to join me on this amazing adventure? Are you ready to unleash your creative power and make your life a masterpiece? If so, then let's get started. Also, I'm going to share with you a powerful technique that can turn your assumptions into facts in your physical reality. Sounds amazing, right? Well, it is. And it's also very simple. All you need to do is to shift your focus from the outer world, which is what you see with your eyes, to the inner world, which is what you feel with your heart. The inner world is the real world, because it's where you create your reality with your imagination and emotions. The outer world is just a reflection of your inner state. So how do you do this? How do you ignore the outer world and focus on the inner world? Here are some easy exercises that you can practice throughout the day. Whenever you notice something in the outer world that contradicts your desired reality, say to yourself, "This is not real. This is just an old manifestation that has nothing to do with me now. I choose to focus on what I want instead." Visualize your desired reality as vividly as possible in your mind. See yourself living it, feeling it, enjoying it. Make it as real as possible in your imagination. Feel the joy and gratitude of having it now. Affirm to yourself that your desired reality is already yours. Repeat positive statements that confirm your assumption as a fact. For example, I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. Say them with conviction and emotion. Act as if your desired reality is already here. Behave like the person you want to be. Do things that make you happy and confident. Express yourself authentically and freely. Remember, the first thing you need to do is to turn your attention away from the visible world, what you see with your physical eyes, and redirect it to the invisible world, which is the subjective world of your imagination and feelings. This is where the real magic happens. You see, the visible world is just a reflection of your inner state. It is not the cause of anything, but the effect. The cause is always within you. The cause is your assumption. Your assumption is what you believe to be true, what you feel to be true, what you expect to be true. And whatever you assume to be true will eventually become a fact in your visible world. But how do you change your assumption? How do you change what you believe, feel and expect? Well, this can be quite simple, but it requires some practice and discipline. I'm going to give you some very simple exercises you can do throughout the day to disregard your visible world or your circumstances and start focusing on the inner world, the real world, your feeling states. You can use exercise called the I remember when technique. This is a technique that Neville Godard taught in his lectures and books. It is very powerful and effective. The idea is to use your memory in reverse. Instead of remembering something from the past, you remember something from the future. You remember something that hasn't happened yet, but that you want to happen. For example, let's say you want to have more money. Instead of looking at your bank account and feeling lack or worry, you say to yourself, "I remember when I had less money than I have now." You say this as if it were a fact, as if it were true right now. You feel the relief and gratitude of having more money than before. You feel the joy and satisfaction of being able to afford what you want. You feel the abundance and prosperity that surrounds you. You repeat this statement several times throughout the day, whenever you think of money or see something related to money. You don't have to say it out loud, you can say it in your mind. But you have to feel it as true. You have to feel it as a fact. What this does is that it changes your assumption about money. It changes your belief, your feeling, and your expectation about money. It makes you assume that you have more money than before, that you are wealthy and prosperous. And as you assume this to be true, it will become a fact in your visible world. The second exercise is called the Isn't It Wonderful technique. This is another technique that Neville Godard taught in his lectures and books. It is also very powerful and effective. The idea is to use your imagination in a positive way. Instead of imagining what you don't want or what could go wrong, you imagine what you do want or what could go right. For example, let's say you want to have a loving relationship. Instead of looking at your current situation and feeling lonely or sad, you say to yourself, "Isn't it wonderful that I have such a loving partner?" You say this as if it were a fact, as if it were true right now. You feel the love and happiness of being with someone who loves you unconditionally. You feel the connection and intimacy of sharing your life with someone who understands you. You feel the romance and passion of being with someone who attracts you. You repeat this statement several times throughout the day, whenever you think of love or see something related to love. You don't have to say it out loud, you can say it in your mind. But you have to feel it as true. You have to feel it as a fact. What this does is that it changes your assumption about love. It changes your belief, your feeling, and your expectation about love. It makes you assume that you have a loving partner, that you are loved and happy. And as you assume this to be true, it will become a fact in your visible world. By doing these exercises, you will gradually detach from the outer world and align with the inner world. You will impress your subconscious mind with your new assumption and it will become a fact in your physical reality. You will attract all the circumstances, people, and events that match your desired state of being. This is how you make your assumptions become facts in your three-dimensional world. It's simple, but powerful. Try it for yourself and see the results. You are the creator of your reality and you can have anything you want. But wait, there's more. In this post, I'm not only going to teach you how to make your assumptions become facts, but also how to make them stick. How to make them so strong and stable that nothing can shake them or change them. How to make them immune to doubt, fear, or resistance. Why is this important? Because sometimes, even when we do all the exercises I mentioned above, we may still encounter some challenges or obstacles in our manifestation process. We may still face some negative feedback from the outer world, or some negative thoughts or feelings from within ourselves. These are normal and natural occurrences, and they don't mean that our manifestation is not working or that our assumption is not true. They are just temporary manifestations of our old beliefs or patterns that are still lingering in our subconscious mind. But if we don't know how to deal with them properly, they can weaken our assumption and slow down or even stop our manifestation process. They can make us lose faith in ourselves and our power. That's why we need to learn how to make our assumptions stick. How to reinforce them so strongly that they become unshakable and undeniable facts in our mind and heart. How do we do that? Here are some advanced techniques that you can use to make your assumptions stick. Use revision. Revision is a technique that involves changing the past in your imagination to match your desired reality. It's based on the idea that the past is not fixed or objective, but subjective and malleable according to our perception and interpretation of it. By revising the past, we can change its effects on our present and future. To use revision, simply recall a memory or an event from the past that contradicts or challenges your assumption. Then, change it in your imagination to make it support or confirm your assumption instead. For example, if you want to assume that you are wealthy, but you have a memory of being poor or struggling financially, revise it by imagining that you were always wealthy and prosperous. Do this as often as possible until you feel that the revised version of the past is more real and natural than the original one. By doing this, you will erase any negative impressions or influences from the past that may interfere with your assumption. Use scripting. Scripting is a technique that involves writing down your desired reality as if it's already happening or has already happened in the present tense. It's based on the idea that writing is a powerful way of impressing our subconscious mind with our intention and desire. To use scripting, simply write down a detailed description of your desired reality as if it's already yours now. Include as many details as possible, such as what you see, hear, feel, smell, taste. Use positive and affirmative language, and express your emotions and feelings. Do this as often as possible until you feel that the written version of your reality is more real and natural than the current one. By doing this, you will create a vivid and clear picture of your desired reality in your subconscious mind. Use looping. Looping is a technique that involves repeating a scene or a scenario in your imagination over and over again until it becomes a natural part of your reality. It's based on the idea that repetition is a powerful way of creating habits and patterns in our subconscious mind. To use looping, simply choose a scene or a scenario that implies or represents your desired reality. For example, if you want to assume that you are healthy, choose a scene where you are doing something that shows your health, such as exercising, eating well, or feeling energetic. Then, imagine that scene in your mind as vividly as possible, and loop it over and over again until it feels natural and normal to you. Feel the emotions and sensations that come with it. Do this as often as possible until you feel that the imagined scene is more real and natural than the current one. By doing this, you will create a new habit or pattern of thinking and feeling in your subconscious mind. These are some of the techniques that you can use to make your assumptions stick. They will help you to strengthen and solidify your assumption in your subconscious mind, and make it immune to any external or internal interference. By using these techniques, you will not only make your assumptions become facts in your three-dimensional world, but also make them permanent facts in your four-dimensional world. You will not only manifest your desired reality, but also maintain it and enjoy it for as long as you want. This is how you make your assumptions stick. It's simple, but powerful. Try it for yourself and see the results. You are the master of your reality and you can have anything you want. You see, the world that you perceive with your senses is not the real world. It is only a reflection of your inner state of consciousness. The real world is the invisible world, the world of your imagination and your feelings. That is where you create your reality. The key to reality creation is to turn your attention away from the visible world and redirect it to the invisible world. You need to focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. You need to feel as if you already have what you desire, not as if you lack it. You need to assume that your wish is fulfilled, not that it is impossible. How do you do that? Well, there are many techniques that you can use, but I will give you some simple ones that you can practice throughout the day. Here they are. Whenever you catch yourself thinking or feeling something negative, stop and ask yourself, what do I want instead? Then, imagine that you have it and feel how happy and grateful you are. Whenever you see something that contradicts your desire, ignore it and affirm to yourself, this is not my reality. My reality is what I imagine and feel. Whenever you have some free time, close your eyes and enter into a state akin to sleep. In this state, imagine a scene that implies that your desire is already fulfilled. Feel the reality of it and enjoy it as much as possible. Whenever you go to bed at night, repeat the previous step and fall asleep while feeling that your wish is done. These are some simple exercises that will help you to disregard your visible world and focus on your inner world. The more you do this, the more you will impress your subconscious mind with your new state of consciousness. And the more you impress your subconscious mind, the more it will project your new state onto the screen of space, which is the visible world. So remember, reality creation is not about changing the world. It is about changing yourself. It is about changing your assumptions and your feelings. It is about living in the end result of your desire. I hope this episode was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my podcast for more episodes on reality creation. And remember, you are what you assume. So assume the best and watch it become a fact in your reality. Happy manifesting. Oh, if you are ready to learn how to use your imagination to create the life you want, stay tuned and subscribe to this podcast. And remember, you are not living in a material world. You are living in a world of imagination. If you want to learn more about how to use these tools effectively, check out my manifestingreality.com website where you can find more tips, stories, resources, and products that will help you create your dream reality. If you're keen to delve deeper, consider joining the free course, Hack Your Subconscious Mind with Switchwords, and connecting with a community of like-minded individuals on our free Facebook group Switchwords Miracles and Reality Creation. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. If you found value in this podcast, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more empowering insights. Stay tuned for more empowering content that empowers you to unlock your fullest potential and create the life of your dreams. Thank you for listening, and remember, you are the creator of your own reality. You can shift to any reality you want. You just need to reprogram your subconscious mind. I would love to hear from you and support you on your journey. Until next time, happy shifting.